Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as that Mom of 5 and also known as TMO5 Candle Co. Compliments of the season once again, and I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and I hope Santa was good to use all. So in today's video I just thought it's time to kind of like recap on what has happened in year 2021 and also the lessons that I have taken out of 2021, reflect on what I'll be taking into 2022 and what I'm going to be leaving behind in 2021. And I believe I have a video like this which I did year 2020 going to 2021. I'm going to link that video in the cards up there. So I'm still going to be carrying forward some of the things I mentioned in 2020 that I will be doing in 2021, and I've decided not to give numbers to these things that I'm going to be living in 2021 or the things I'm going to be taking into 2022. And I just thought I would just talk freely. At the end of the day, you might be counting up to 20, you might be counting up less than that, but I felt I should come up here because it helps me reflect. It helps me decide on which was best and which was bad in terms of the actions that I took. So without wasting much of your time, let's run into these things. So in terms of the things that I'm going to be taking into 2022, the first one will be serving God, knowing and serving God personally. Like, there's nothing bad if you actually serve God and know God personally. Yeah, you might go to church, you might attend church activities, you might attend online activities, but nothing beats you having the personal relationship with God. Like, you know, when you're sitting, you can just sit down and start talking to your God. People might be wondering, oh, why is she just sitting and keep it quiet? You can do that. Like, for me, at times I might be in my bedroom here on my bed. I might necessarily not be sleeping. I might just be lying down there, but my mind is doing the talking. My mind is speaking to God, like what I want, what is happening, and what I want changed. So I reflect that way and I talk to God that way myself. I mean, it doesn't have to be known to the next person. Going to church is a good thing as well, but I believe in this recent time we all agree with me that it doesn't feel the same way. You know, being in church, you've got face mask on and you're supposed to be dancing. You know, it's just, I mean, some of us that work in healthcare with the face mask on, we all know how hard it is to breathe, talk less of like being in church and dancing. But I'm believing and I'm hoping that in year 2022 things will get better and we'll be able to beat this pandemic, which will allow us go to church much more frequently without even having to wear a face mask, because things are changing every day. And yeah, that, I think for me, having a personal relationship with God is very, very paramount, especially for the fact with the way the world is going on right now. So that's one thing I'm going to be taking into year 2022. And the number two thing I'm going to be taking into year 2022 will be to give to others. And when I talk about give to others, you only give to others when you have settled your household. Yes, when you have settled your household. And I remember, I'm sure I've read somewhere in the Bible that when you are giving to the right, the left does not have to know. Because at some point, someone very close to me was like, "Oh, you don't give to people around you." And I was like, "What do you mean I don't give to people around you? Do you expect me to come to you and tell you that I want to give to so person? Should I? I don't need your clearance to give to people around me." And for the fact that we should give to others, it does not say give to your family alone. You could give to people who are needy. It could be somebody you don't know. It could be somebody you meet on the street. In fact, I've been out before walking on the street and I met someone. I've never met that person before, but for the fact that that person walked up to me and said, "Oh, my mind, I gave freely." So when we are talking about giving to others, you should give without your right hand knowing what you're giving to your left. And again, before you are even going to even give to people who are kind of like entitled to you giving to them because they are family or because they are close to you like a muscle in your neck, you need to make sure that your household is sorted. You need to make sure that your household is not lacking anything. And out of what is left, once your household is sorted, is when, if you have a little left, then you can stretch that hand out. Come, don't let anybody twist your hand just because they want to put this chain of you need to help somebody, they want to put it around you. No. So like I said, my number two will be give to others and do so as long as your household has been sorted. And number 3 thing that I'm carrying into year 2022 will be saving. I'm very strict when it comes to saving, and the kind of person I am, I'm not really the kind of person who save in the bank. Like I shared in my video of what 2020 taught me, there's a group of us whereby we say like 10 or 12 of us come together and we do like a monthly contribution, and I always decide to go as the last person to pick. So if there is 10 of us in a group, and let's say for example there's 12 of you in a group and you're all saving £1,000 a month, in 12 months, that's £12,000. After that, I mean £12,000, if there's any investment you want to do, you've got that huge money there that you can just pump into that investment. So you know, okay, you've got this money and I've pumped into that investment is going to keep growing. So that way you continue saving. So that's the way I save. Some people decide to save through the bank, but for me, I'm just not, because only if you are, or if you come from like a finance background, would you know how best to invest when it comes to saving with the bank. But I don't have any idea of banking or anything like that, so when it comes to like investment, I struggle. So that way I just believe that saving the way I save is the best thing for me, and once I get that cash, I just pump it to the investment I want to do. So saving is very important. Like I said before, if you've got children, you want to keep saving, because like I've always said, the kind of upbringing I had in terms of finances and stuff, it was not the best. So I want the best for my children. I want them to have the best start when it comes to like maybe buying properties, maybe when it comes to like buying their first house, buying their first car, doing things for the first time. I want to give them a good stand, a good upstand to that, rather than how I had mine when I was growing up. So that's the number 3 thing. And number 4 thing would be that will be taken into year 2022 will be moving with business like people. Like when I talk about business like people who are like when you're both having the conversation, their head is already thinking 2020, like businesses they can run in 20 minutes. And yeah, it's okay for you to meet with people who run businesses. You might not have the mind of starting a business yourself, but you are learning from active minds. You're learning from people who see things around them and try to make use of it in the best possible way. You don't want to be moving with people who are just there to spend your money with you. No, you don't want to move with people who are just like, okay, they talk about something and it ends where they talk about it. You don't want to be moving with people like that. So yeah, for me, I want to be moving with business minded people who will push you, like, okay, I see an idea like this, maybe it's what you're trying, or do you want me to find out more information in regards to that business for you? Those are the kind of people you want to surround yourself with. And another thing that I'm going to be carrying into year 2022 will be avoiding drama as much as possible. Like, I've always avoided drama anyway. I don't think I've had any fallout with anybody that I know, either physically or verbally. Outwit YouTube. Yeah, outwit YouTube. I don't think I've had any. And yeah, and I really want it to remain that way. And one thing about me is this: I really appreciate that if we happen to be friends, and if there's something I've done, I appreciate you telling me so I could make amends. And I think you heal that way when you hurt somebody and they speak to you, rather than that person keeping away. And I understand that some people might not want to speak about it, thinking that if they do, you might take it up the wrong way. But we are different, so you just have to try it first. If you don't, then you wouldn't know how that person will react. And again, if you don't know how that person will react, then you guys are really not friends. Like, if you don't know how your friend will react to you telling them about how you feel about their attitude or behavior towards you, that means you don't really know them, or that means you guys are really not friends. So those are the things that I'm going to be taking into year 2022. And I think the last thing I'm going to be taking into year 2022 is definitely my candle making business. And it's never too late for you to start a business. And I mean, if you've known me for a while now, if you're new to my channel, you might not know this, but I've had like 2 previous businesses that I was doing that I kind of like scrapped. I was selling keto food, and then I was selling wigs. So these businesses, it was because I was not patient enough that, oh, I was not receiving sales and things were difficult, I decided to kind of like drop it. That was a mistake I made. No business you start today will flourish instantly. There are some people who are so lucky, or who have the business mind, that once they start a business today, in 2 months they are making all the sales. And there are some people that they start a business today, it might just take a wee while for that business to grow, but don't ever give up. That was a mistake I made. I had to scrap those 2 businesses because at first I received a few sales from the products I purchased, but I didn't make my money, so that was a wasted money. And then the second one, I started facing issues of supplies, and I felt, how long am I going to be facing this issue of supplies? What if I start to grow large following or large buyers? How will I be able to cater for their needs? So that was the reason why I scrapped the first 2 businesses I had. But this one that I had now, I'm so confident in it, and I'm going to be taking it into 2022 and many more years ahead. It's a candle making business, and I'm so passionate about this business because, one, I tend to source for everything that goes into this product, from the jars, from the wax, from the fragrance, from making it up to packing it up to sending it to the customer. I'm involved in every stage of it. So yeah, I might not see thousands of pounds of sales in it, but just for example, like Yankee Candle just started just the way I did, and they've been at business for years. So just the way I did now, it's going to take a patience, it's going to take a time, and it's definitely going to grow. It's going to grow. So just the way business works. So don't say because you're starting a business now, because you're not receiving that sales you're meant to get, you're losing the patience and you want to scrap it. Don't scrap the business. Keep pushing, keep sharing the word out there, and the business will grow. So let's go to the things I'm going to be dropping in year 2021. So the things I'm going to be dropping in year 2021 is that I'm going to stop checking on people, especially friends. Well, some friends, because in the past I found that when I send, the kind of person I am, I don't like talking on the phone for a very long time. The only time I would talk for a lengthy period on the phone would be with my siblings, my younger sisters, or my mom. I'll tweet that. I don't think I enjoy long conversations on the phone with anybody else. So when I'm checking up on people, I'll send text messages. And the kind of person I am, I hardly kind of like want to interfere in anybody's business. But when I have people around me, it's not because maybe I'm benefiting anything from them. Obviously, maybe if I've known you for years, or I've known you since I stepped foot in Glasgow or something like that, I find that a few people like that, when I text them, they don't reply, but it does show they read your messages, and you wait the first day, 2 days, 3 days, third, and they're not responding. So one thing I've noticed is that when you check up on friends that you have, I always feel they think you're trying to know what's happening with them. Maybe in a way, I just want to check up on you. How are you doing? It's been a while I've seen you. It's been a while I've heard from you. But in some ways, I feel as if they think you are trying to like poke face or poke eye into what they're doing. And for me, I just thought I wouldn't be doing that anymore, because at some point there was somebody like that I was asked to check up on. I checked on this person and I called them, the phone was ringing. I did all sorts to get in contact with them. It took forever for them to get back to me, and I just made up my mind that, you know what, no, I wouldn't be doing that anymore. Because when you're checking out, yeah, it's a good thing nowadays we've been told to check up on people we call our friends. We've been told to check up on people who are our family and friends, but some people, when you check up on them, they just feel maybe you are trying to poke nose into what is happening in their lives. So for me, I won't be doing that anymore. Things that I'm gonna be dropping in year 2021 are people who don't support you. They could be friends, they could be family, they could be anybody, but especially friends. Like, I know they say that you don't start a business because of your friends, and if you're expecting sales or purchases from your friends, you're just going to be waiting forever. But if you've got people in your life, you're the one who's always supporting them, and they don't ever chip back into what you do. Those are the kind of people I'm going to be doing away with in year 2021. Like, I've not got time for time wasters. I don't have time for users. I don't have time for people who just want to keep collecting, but they are not there to give anything back. It's not as if I'm expecting back, but come off it, you know now, you know. And something else that I'm going to be doing away with in year 2021 is that I'm going to try and start learning to say no to some things. Like, you know, especially at the workplace, you're being pushed to go do things, and you're like, but you're close to, why are you not doing it? Why are you asking me to go do it? In a way, it might be hard in the workplace, especially if you're the kind of person whereby, you know, when people throw things at you, like throw jabs at you, it takes you a while to kind of like, you know, reason what they've just said to you. Unlike if you were the one that did same back to them, the way they would just attack you like that, you will know. But for me, I just want to like take a step back, you know, like things that don't work for me in year 2021, I'm going to be doing away with it. So I want to be doing away with friends who don't support my business. I want to be doing away with checking up on people. I want to be doing away with people who just hold malice against you when you don't actually know what you've done wrong to them. 4, I just want to be out there sharing love, giving what I could do. I just want to take positivity into 2022, and I'm leaving all the negativities behind in year 2021. So negativities would be people who are trying to live for my downfall, people who just like gossiping for no reason. They just go gossiping behind your back, but they can't say it to your face. I'm going to be leaving such things behind me. I just want to take on board things that will make me grow in all ramifications. Things that will make me grow physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, intellectually. Those are the things I want to be going into 2022 with. And anything that's going to take me out with those things I've mentioned, I'm going to be dropping them behind in year 2021. So this comes to the end of my video. If you agree with the things I've said in this video, put them in the comment section. If you disagree, put them in the comment section. We agree to disagree, we agree to agree, isn't it? Yeah. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Why don't you like this video? Drop me a comment in the comment section. Subscribe if you're yet to subscribe. Turn on that post notification so you don't miss any post from me. And I'm going to end this video here by saying Happy New Year in advance, and I hope to see many more of you on my channel come year 2022. Bye.